into dancing to hip hop.
Some of us have two left feet, that's
That was
why.
always fuck me running sideways.
That's why I hid behind the turntables, because you can just you can just move and make it look like you actually know how to dance, but you really don't.
Just kind of move your hips a little.
You just
Do,
move your
do,
hips a
do.
little bit and then grab the spin on the wheel there, and make it look like,
Wee,
hey,
wee, 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 wee.
and but I mean, out there on the floor, no, got two left feet.
Shit, I got two left feet and two right feet going at the same time, but going different directions.
In different directions. Yeah, same here. I totally understand that. Well, anyway, so all right, today's show. Well, like I said, hey, it's been comfortable. We've been shooting the shit. Did we really have a topic, or what was it? We were
kind of tossing around the idea, and I kind of like tying it to last time we were talking about movies and TV shows that they couldn't be done today because of political correctness. Yeah, they weren't quote PC enough.
Yes.
But I kind of was thinking maybe we could keep that going just a little bit longer if the audience would allow it. And maybe kind of go into some of our favorite shows that couldn't be done, but because of technology reasons, like because they were just too outdated.
Kind of like you were mentioning. I think the first thing that you brought up, and I thought about it, the A-Team.
Yeah,
a show about military fugitives on the run.
I love the A-Team. I always loved the A-Team.
Of course,
I thought it was the coolest subject matter you could do.
I remember, gosh, I love that intro. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team.
In 1972, a crack commando unit went to prison for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped into the Los Angeles underground. Something like that, right?
Yeah, something like that. And then, it gets to that point, which I just love that part. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire
the A-Team.
The A-Team.
We're so dumb.
Hey, well, that's the shit we grew up watching, so now you know why we are the way we are. But now, in reality, with today's technology, all the fucking camera phones and cameras everywhere, how long would it take for the A-Team to get? Well, I don't know. Then again, no. I was thinking maybe they would get caught real quick. They wouldn't have a chance.
Okay.
But if we bring that show to today's, I mean, I guess the way they are trained today, with the training they receive nowadays.
Okay. Would they? Let me ask you this: would they still be driving that big ass van?
No,
because that van would stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, that's right.
Like you would pick up that van, and any traffic cam would pick that vehicle up in a heartbeat.
Yep.
And all that gold, you don't think a facial recognition wouldn't recognize that in that mohawk?
I pity the fool.
Yep.
I pity the fool that recognizes it, but anyway.
Yep. And all those explosions, like they couldn't triangulate the location of that. I think they'd get picked up pretty hardcore, pretty fast.
Yeah, well, the way that show was done back in the 80s, yes. With today's technology, they would be back in jail.
Yep. Unfortunately, because they always did good.
Mm-hmm. Well, they were the heroes, you hired them to right a wrong.
Right. Another one was I was watching. I actually started watching it with my 7-year-old, if that gives you any insight. Is Knight Rider. I've been watching it with baby girl. She loves it.
Knight Rider.
Yep.
Okay.
And I look at the inside the car, and I'm like, wow, that tech is so outdated.
Well, back then it looked so cool, though.
It did. And they tried to do a reboot of it, and it failed miserably. Like one season.
For some reason, I don't... like you were saying, back then, I used to religiously watch Knight Rider. I loved it. But I tried rewatching it. You know, I couldn't.
Yeah, you kind of have to sit down and just let your mind go blank. Like you can't think about the fact of, wow, that car would not be able to do that.
Yeah.
You could not think about, wow, why is he wearing penny loafers?
Yeah.
You know? You can't think about, how is he turning that car like that with that half-ass steering wheel? That doesn't make any sense.
But it looked cool, though.
You can't think about, wow, that's just a plexiglass body. That wouldn't work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just wouldn't work. You couldn't do it.
Knight Rider. But yeah, I remember I would sit there watching. You know, thought the music, the theme song was so cool.
I still like it. Like I said, I watch it with baby girl. We sit back in the mornings before she goes to school and we check out an episode.
Yeah. Oh, well, let's see.
Sometimes when you watch it, you'll catch cameos that, like people before they were big. Like all of those old all of them old shows. I watch it and I'm like, oh, that's so and so from this show or that movie.
Well, it's kind of like I never really paid attention to Friends, and I had no idea that the Ant-Man guy came out in that show.
Yep.
I was like, oh wait a minute, that's Ant-Man. What the? Oh shit. Then again, I never really cared much for Friends.
I never liked Friends.
I mean, I like Jennifer Aniston, but
that's about the best part of it.
Yeah. But never really sat there and watch it.
No, I just couldn't. I don't think my attention span would allow it to happen.
I mean, actually, the 14-year-old was watching some of those episodes, and I got sick just listening to that motherfucker, the one that voices the giraffe in Madagascar.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just what a whiny bitch he was on that show.
You just want to slap him.
I'm like, what the fuck? No. Get the fuck out of here with that.
What the hell, dude? What? Like one video, he's like, if you hurt her, I'll kick your ass. And they just start laughing at him.
Yeah.
I'm like, what else can you do?
Oh, gosh.
It's so fucked up. Yeah. Okay, so we got Knight Rider and we got the A-Team. There was also a couple other shows like
Street Hawk.
Oh, God damn it, I love you. I love that show.
I mean, going through fire, going through shit that, I mean, you really shouldn't do on a motorcycle.
On a dirt bike, let's be honest. Not a motorcycle, a dirt bike. Let's be honest. Because that's all that was. That was a dirt bike.
Wow. Street Hawk.
I love Street Hawk. I was just watching it today.
Yeah, I get it. Oh wow, that just came to mind right now because we were talking about Knight Rider, and I was like, that's like the motorcycle version of it because you had Knight Rider, Street Hawk, then Airwolf.
Yep. Oh God, dude, I loved Airwolf. Oh my God, did I love Airwolf? And then I watched it recently. Okay, within the last year, I watched it, and I caught a few things in there that I didn't realize were in there when I was a kid. Like there was a scene where, Stringfellow Hawk was
all right. You said so. You caught a few things that you hadn't.
Yeah, that I never noticed as a kid. Like there was an episode where one of the females in the show, or a character in the show, was like, "Stringfellow Hawk, you're gonna have to change out of that clothes and wear this." And he's like, "I can't, not in front of you." And she's like, "Why?" And he's like, "I don't have any underwear on." And she's like, "What?" And he's like, "I never wear any."
Okay.
I was like, "What? What? Did they just put that on here?"
Oh, back then that was the big thing, the trying to
go commando.
As kids, we didn't pay attention to that. We were more concerned about the helicopter.
Oh yeah,
the helicopter scenes.
The helicopter scenes that I never did anything with.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, talking about nowadays technology, how soon with Google Earth, how long would it take for them to find that fucking helicopter inside that mountain?
It is crazy. I mean, seriously. So, you know what? Which public service announcement? If you're listening to this and you're thinking about becoming a vigilante, don't.
Right,
Fucking
because you'll
Google
get
will
caught.
fuck you up. Google will fuck you up.
Google will catch you.
Google will tell them where you live. It's pointless. Don't do it.
Right. And then what about, like, remember that show Sledgehammer?
Sledgehammer. Oh shit. They had to, every time they would ask for his records, they had to get a wheelbarrow.
Yep. Now imagine how long would he last in this day and age with a record like that?
Well, not very long, I guess.
Nope.
It wouldn't be not very long of a police career with the way things have to be nowadays.
Nope. He would be fired instantaneously. Like he would just erupt into a spontaneous fire. Wow. Like he would just spontaneously combust.
I used to love Sledgehammer. Gosh, that was a fun show. It's a fun watch. I mean,
it is. Especially nowadays, you're like, oh, you can't do that.
Well,
it's so funny. And then what about Night Court? Remember Night Court?
Night Court. Judge Harry, the district. Dan Fielding was
and how he talked to women.
Ooh. Yeah, he was the entire show. He was just trying to get laid.
Ooh, he would be on YouTube going viral.
Yep.
He would be on every news station having went viral. There wouldn't be a rock he could live under.
But it was fun to watch back then.
Oh, it's awesome. I still love it.
I don't know. Gosh, the Bill Bull. Gosh, that guy was funny. There was one episode where somebody hands him a check for $1 million, and he takes a look at it, and he's like, "Oh hell no!" and rips it. He's like, "Think of the horrible taxes." Seriously, I was like.
But he didn't do it for that,
Yeah.
And to think that guy went on to be a villain in Highlander, the TV show.
Richard Mole. There was he came out in a movie too where he was like you there?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It did the little UFO sounding thing.
Oh.
I don't know if you got abducted and were being probed or something. But
they're trying to transport me.
Okay, beam you up.
Mm-hmm. They're like, we've been looking for intelligent life and we can't find any, so we'll settle for you. Oh.
Okay, well, hey, it could be worse, They could have taken VTech.
VTech. Oh, fuck that guy. I think I was psychotic.
That guy was psychotic. There's a reason why he was nicknamed VTech. Anyway.
Yeah, that was bad, though, because I think I might have egged him along a little bit.
Yeah. It was fun to watch him act out, though, sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I got to say, I think I egged him into his psychosis a little more sometimes. I think I might have pushed him a little too far some days.
I remember one time when back when at this place we worked at, there was the dispatch or the command center was run out of a booth. And I was relieving him, or he was relieving me actually, and I didn't know if he had been trained. So with a very, I don't know, he had this attitude on him. I'm like, so you know what you're doing here? I asked him, you know what? Because I was gonna, if not, I was gonna, be there, be helpful.
Right.
But he gives me that. I know what I'm doing. K-Dogg trained me. So I was like, you little shit. I'm like, K-Dogg trained you, huh? Motherfucker, you better make a damn good cup of coffee, too. And he just looked at me. Oh.